One of the biggest bullshit self-sabotaging belief systems is the belief system that I gotta nail the strategy before I execute. I gotta know exactly how I'm going to do it before I pull the trigger. That's fucking bullshit. Nobody knows exactly how from day one. If you did, you'd already be earning the money that you want to make and enjoying the results that you dream of one day achieving. The whole idea is to progress until eventually you can get to a point where you're valuable enough to command the amount of money that you desire to make. This touches into the whole entitlement conversation. It links to it. You are entitled because you believe you deserve the money straight away. Zoom out a little bit here. Let's get some perspective. You've just fucking started. I've spoken about the stages of competence before. Everybody starts off at the first stage of competence, which is unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. You're a complete rookie. You've never done the set thing before, whether it's drive a car, whether it's trade the market. You're just completely new. So you're shit. And it's okay to be shit, by the way. We all start somewhere. The person at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. He was once a rookie, a beginner, a novice. And the reason why it's okay to be shit is because one day you won't be shit, and you'll look back at the days when you were shit and you will smile because you will reflect on your incompetence, but in a nice way. Man, I was so bad, but I was new. I was new. I never like to say it's difficult. It's new. Nothing is ever difficult. That boxes you in. That puts you into, the scarcity mentality. That makes you believe that, oh no, maybe I don't have the skills. Maybe I'm not good enough. No. You're just new. You've never done it before. Hence why you feel intimidated. But once you start acquiring the information and you start practicing your skills at the said thing, then you will notice improvement. So you're crap in the beginning, but you must be. And then you move from the first stage of competence, as I spoke about, unconscious incompetence, to conscious competence. Now you're conscious incompetence. Now you're consciously aware of the things that you're doing and the mistakes that you're making. And now you're like, oh, okay, so that's why I'm not, for example, if you're driving a car, maybe you're lifting your foot off the clutch too quickly, so the car stalls, for those that drive a manual, right? You'd know. So you notice, oh, if I do that, the car stalls. So let me not do that next time. So you start becoming aware of your flaws, and then you move into conscious competence. So now you're getting results from the activity that you're putting in, but you're still consciously having to think about it. Maybe if you're in sales, you still need to read the script. The script is in front of you, and you're like, oh, okay, so maybe let me not start off by saying this. Let me make sure my tonality is a little bit different in the next call. So you're consciously competent. You're getting the results, but you're still having to think about it. And then you get to the ultimate stage, which is unconscious competence, which is where it's second nature to you, where you don't even have to think about it. It's like those of you that have been driving for many years. You don't give a shit. You're just, you're sitting back, you're listening to music, you're making coffee, you're fucking playing chess at the same time. I'm not encouraging that, okay? I'm just saying it's an example, hypothetical, right? But the point is, you're not having to think about driving in the same exhausting manner that you had to think about driving when you first started, right? You're not hyper conscious. Oh God, no, here's the gearbox, the clutch. Oh God, is my foot on there correctly? Oh no, who's around me right now? When you see a new driver, they're proper nervous. They're sat in the car, they're proper close to the steering wheel. They're looking around, panicking. Who the fuck? Oh my God, there's a truck next to me. They're proper paranoid, right? Afraid of making mistakes. Hence why they make more mistakes, right? But eventually, once you've been on the road and you've been alone and been driving for a while, it's piss easy at that point. But you have to allow yourself to be shit in order to get better. And this whole obsession with, but the strategy has to be perfect, Ali. It doesn't. It doesn't. The how will sort itself out. You don't need to know exactly how it will transpire on day one. You don't. Your first few videos are going to be pretty shit. And then after doing 100, 200 videos, you'll find that your flow has improved. Your ability to orchestrate yourself charismatically in front of camera has improved. Maybe you're more concise now. In the beginning, you were rambling too much. You know, things like that you'll notice over time. My videos now are far better than they were when I first started because I'm far better. I've engaged in the repetition. You see, look, why are we okay to go to the gym every single day, put our body under immense stress, uncomfortable, which is what it is, right? When you're lifting a weight that is heavy, you're uncomfortable. You don't go to the gym to pursue comfort, do you? But you go and, you know, you're doing 10, 12 reps of a certain exercise and it's very painful and you're like, damn, I got to keep going. Why is it we're okay doing that in the gym? But when it comes to other endeavors in life, such as making videos on YouTube, maybe recording a podcast, we give up after the first 3. Come on. You know, for those of you that want to build a business, you can't give up after sending 3 emails. You can't. I mean, my little brother recently started a copywriting business. And he came to me the other day saying, I'm so frustrated, man. I haven't really got many clients. And I told him, how many emails have you sent out? How many cold calls have you made in the last week? He said 3. And I said, okay, there's your problem right there. And what about the last 4 weeks before that? How many did you do? And he was like, well, if I'm being honest, Ali, you know, none. And I'm like, well, there you go. Because it's a mathematical conversation here. Input versus output. Right? The higher the input, the better the output. If the input is crap, the output will be crap. It's as simple as that. Now, of course, the input has to be efficient. You know, it's not just a case of working hard. You have to work productive as well, in a productive manner. But if you work productively hard, if that even makes sense, right, over a consistent enough period of time, you'll get the reward. Right? So tell yourself, you know, I've been doing the work, but have I been doing it consistently? Because consistency is probably the biggest problem for most people. Even when they start a project, they're so casual with it that of course you're not going to get a fucking result. You're part-time. Part-time activities don't pay like full-time activities do. Right? And I want to ask you this question. Are you interested or are you committed to the process? Commitment says, I will do this regardless of how I feel. I will stay true to what I said I was going to do long after the mood in which I said it has left. Because there are going to be days, man, where it's raining outside, you're sat in your car, maybe you've had a shit day at work, your girlfriend's had an argument with you, and you just feel awful. It's on those days where you really need to push yourself to show up. Because you're going to have many of those days. And if you don't show up on the days you don't feel like it, well, then you'll never achieve anything. You know, you've got to be your own coach, man. You've got to tell yourself, come on, get yourself back up. Come on, man. There's someone else out there who's also had a shit day, but he's still doing the work. He will beat me. This is the thing. A lot of the guys that are achieving big success, they're not very talented. They're not naturally gifted. But man, oh man, do they just fucking show up consistently. With the right attitude as well. Of course, you're not going to feel great every day. But showing up with the attitude of, I'm here to do a job, and I'm here to do this job to the best of my ability. I'm here to master this craft. And if I show up consistently, if I work productively, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. I cannot lose. That's their mentality. Most of you guys, you start something and you're like, well, hopefully this works. Fingers crossed. And I go, what the fuck? Bet on yourself, man. All of you guys, you bet on these athletes and, oh yeah, Haaland will score first and all this and all that. And you're betting on people that are already making hundreds of thousands a week. Bet on your damn self. Stop looking for, gimmick wins. Oh, I made 80 quid. Okay, how about you work hard on your business? You show up for yourself every single day so that you can make a lot more than the occasional £80 that you made from betting on a player. Come on, man. Bet on yourself. Look in the mirror and be like, yeah, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. I'm the motherfucker that's going to turn this thing around. My life's shit, but it won't stay this way because I'm making a firm commitment right now to show up productively every single day. I don't give a fuck how long it takes. It will take as long as it needs to. But I refuse to just tolerate mediocrity any longer because that's what most of you guys are doing right now, if we're being honest. I was like that for many years. I was tolerating some bullshit. My life was the same year after year. Nothing really had changed. And I was mad at myself. I was harboring resentment for myself. It was only when I said, okay, Ali, the past is the past. You pissed that down the drain. I forgave myself for the mistakes that I made and for the lack of accountability that I had for so long, which is what it was. I didn't hold myself accountable. I was drifting every day. Well, hopefully, this year, new me. No. It got to a point for me where I was like, enough is enough. I need to treat myself like a manager would treat his staff members. Imagine you were in sales, right? You had a manager above you, a sales manager. He'd be on your case. Hey, what's going on? So treat yourself like that. Stop giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. But you had a rough week. Yeah, but you said that 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. How many rough weeks are you going to grant yourself? How many holidays are you going to give yourself? Come on, man. You're not working hard enough to deserve a holiday. You're rewarding yourself, but the input's shit. I'm not saying that you can't have fun. But for goodness sakes, man, if your life is in critical condition right now, you're broke, you're behind on your payments, behind on your promises, enough's enough. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. I'm going to get my head out my fucking ass and I'm going to start ruthlessly pursuing my dreams. I don't give a fuck about not knowing all the fucking answers straight away. I'll find the answers. That's how it should be. I don't have all the answers, but I'll fucking find them. I'll read the books. I'll network. I'll do everything in my power to acquire the information, but most importantly, I will be in the game. I will be active. My sleeves will be rolled up. I'm not going to sit there and watch other people and think, it's easy for him to say. He's natural. You're just finding reasons to justify why you're not where you are in life. And in life, you either have reasons or results. It's as simple as that. Either another fucking bullshit story, sob story as to why you're not where you want to be, or you have the fucking result. And it's always these people that have the sob stories that end up hating on people that put their head down and got the result. It could be you. There's enough to go around for everybody. Fuck the scarcity mentality of, he's rich. It must be because he's a crook and he's taken advantage of people. No. There's enough money out there. Yes, do things the right way. Make sure it's moral, legal, and ethical. But believe me, there's enough to go around. But the reality is, it will usually go to the people that are resourceful, that are hardworking, that are consistent. So not everybody will get the money. Not everybody will live their dream life. Not because they cannot or they don't have the ability to. It's because they self-sabotage. They hold on to the bullshit reasons. I'm not where I want to be. I don't have a good camera for YouTube, Ali. I'm not where I want to be because my mum shouted at me when I was 16. I'm not where I want to be because this, and this. Story after story. Khalas. Fuck the stories. Get going with it. Jim Rohn speaks about the day that turns your life around is the day you experience disgust. Enough is enough. I have tolerated this inadequacy for far too long. I am not good. You got to admit that, and it's painful to admit that you're not performing. You have to tell yourself that. Look at the numbers. My bank account looks shit. Okay, that's my fault. You can't blame anyone else. It's either you're not earning enough or you're spending all your damn money. Something's wrong right there. Usually for most guys, it's you're not earning enough. So what do I need to do? Okay, if I'm unemployed, I need to get a fucking job. Put my pride to one side, get a warehouse job, work as a waiter. Nothing wrong with that. As long as it's moral, legal, and ethical, ain't nothing wrong with that. As soon as I've taken care of the basic money needs, the second thing I need to do is acquire a high-income skill. I need a skill set that will pay me good money. However, I need to be aware that it will take time to become competent at that skill. It's not going to happen overnight. It won't. Eliminate this get-rich-quick mindset that you have. Easy come, easy go. Remember that. Yeah, there might be some 21-year-old flaunting cash on a bed. He might be sat on an orange Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. But there are so many guys that made a lot of money from pump and dumps, crypto pump and dumps, scams, and they present themselves as people that have built genuine businesses when they haven't. So read through the bullshit. Tell yourself, look, I don't care how long this takes. If it takes me 5 years, it takes me 5 years. If it takes me 10 years, it takes me 10 years. I want to master this fucking craft. But along the way, I'll have fun. This is the thing, guys. Along the way, you'll make money. Along the way to your $1 million lifestyle, you'll make money along the way. The first sale will feel so incredible. The first $10,000 that you'll make will feel huge. Your first 100,000. I mean, there are millionaires that have been interviewed that describe the feeling of making their first 6 figures as far more euphoric than when they made their 8th million, for example, right? Because it's just the stories along the way, the suffering, the struggles, and the jump from no money to 100K just feels enormous. So go out there, acquire that high income skill, and be fucking patient. Yes, move with speed. But at the same time, do not self-sabotage by looking at the time constantly. Well, fucking hell, it's been 3 months. I don't see the results of my labor. Where's the tree at? Come on now, you can't be like this. Develop a better relationship with time. Don't be time's enemy. Let time be your ally. Over time as a guy, if you're working out consistently, you're eating clean, you're acquiring knowledge, you're executing on that knowledge, you're going to get better with time. You will. So don't make time your enemy. Make it your ally. You only worry about time when you know you're not doing shit, when you know that you're destroying your health. That's when you worry about time. Now, of course, we're all going to fucking die. That's the biggest certainty of life, is death. Of course. But I'm pretty sure we're all aware of that. But don't live a life where you're constantly in fear. Take care of yourself, work the hardest that you possibly can, develop great connections, have fun along the way, and it will happen when it happens. And you'll create incredible memories along the way. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, comment. Let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next one.